Hello, my name is Clement Pepe. I'm a success coach. I've been coaching salespeople, business people for probably the last 19 years now. Actually, next month will be 19 years I've been doing this kind of work. And why I'm here today is to talk to you a little bit about a structure, a three-part structure that is going to help you create the kind of activity you want to create such that you're going to create the kind of income you want to create. And this is a goal setting practice, but goal setting not in the sense that it's binding, but goal setting in the sense that it's giving you some freedom, some way to generate and create those goals that you have, especially your selling goals or your income goals. So what I'd like you to do is we're going to spend about 10, 15 minutes together on this call. And so what I'd like you to do is basically just take some notes. If you have pad and pencil, if you don't, I'd say pause this and take some notes, because it certainly helps you to get to understand a little bit more as you're following through and writing down what you need to write down, etc. And then you can refer back to it in relationship to how to be more effective in your goal setting. And again, I've been doing this a long time. I've taught my clients how to do this. I've also been doing this in my own practice, so it's certainly not a theory. This works. So first step is that we need to write down specifically the goal that we have. And for this purpose, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about income goals. And so every goal that you could have, you can do this practice on, but today we're going to talk about income goals. And so let's just say that your income goal is to make $10,000 a month. Let's say you're making $7,000, $8,000 a month. Now your new goal would be, let's say, $10,000 a month. So once you create that goal, you write it down, and then you forget about it. You don't have to be into that goal anymore. All we need to do now is to take the next step, which is to write down the effective actions that it will take you to achieve that goal. And these are the effective actions you need to take, not the effective actions you want to take. You know, a lot of times we just want to sit back, answer the phone, take orders, but that's not going to get us the income goals that we want. We're going to have to be proactive. So these are goals that you need to take in relationship to your goal. And so one of the best ways I found it to create goals, let's say we had a $10,000 a month goal. Well, what we want to do is break that down onto a weekly goal. Because again, if we're going along on our goal and we're off track, then if we're doing this on a weekly basis, we plan our activities to reach our $10,000 goal. But if we wait till the end of the month, we won't have an opportunity to shift before we get to that end of the month. It's like a football coach. When they coach a football team, they're not waiting till the end of the game to do the coaching. They're coaching all the way through the game, and they're making the adjustments they need to make to create the game to be in their favor. We're going to do the same thing. So we want to break this down to a weekly goal. So for example, a $10,000 goal again. And by the way, this goal could be any number you want. And a goal, by the way, is a stretch, yet it's attainable. So if you're already making 10,000, that wouldn't really be a goal. A stretch may be 1,250 or 1,300 or 1,500 or 15,000, excuse me. But if you're making 10,000 and you say, okay, well, I'll make 50,000 next month, that wouldn't be a goal either, because it's really not attainable going from one to the other. We have to do it in steps. So in this case, we're assuming that you're making less than 10,000, and this is the next jump for you. So again, 2,500 would be the goal. So then we need to list those action steps that it's going to take to create that goal. So it's going to be prospecting, how you're going to be out there prospecting, the specific activities you're going to be taking for prospecting, and prospecting comes in many, many forms, and you need to be doing as many of those as you can, because the more prospecting you're doing, the more you're going to be talking to the people that possibly could buy your product and service, therefore making the kind of money you want to make. So prospecting could be calling past clients, seeing if you can help them with anything more, seeing if there's referral sources from them, networking, going to different meetings, social networking, which is online, the websites, all those other activities that create prospecting. But we need to keep those in line with what our goal is. And so we list those all in that action step process. And then once we've listed those, we then need to schedule those in our planner. However we take and put our planner together, whether it be electronic, whether it be paper, however you do it, you need to schedule those activities as if they're appointments. Not like a to-do list, because a to-do list could get done, it could not. But if you've got an appointment, you're most likely going to be there when you've put the appointment. If you've got an appointment to sell one of your product or service, you'll be there when it's time to be there. You won't go, maybe I won't go. We need to do the same thing with our activity level. We need to schedule them as appointments. So if you said you're going to call, let's say, your past clients, schedule it in. Let's say from 10 till noon. I'm going to call my past clients. So now you have an appointment at 10 to noon. If someone says, hey, I'd like to see you at 11 on this day, and you look in your calendar and you see you got prospecting, and say, ooh, I have an appointment, but I can see you at 1:30. Would that work for you? So what you're doing is you're not doing instead of prospecting, you're doing in addition to prospecting. And prospecting and these appointments that you schedule called prospecting are going to be the most important appointments you have during the day, because those on a consistent basis will generate the goal that you've set as your income goal. Now the third step in this process is that at the end of the week, you're going to look at and see what your result is. You either had your 2,500 or 2,500, yes, 2,500. You either had your $2,500 goal or you didn't. And by the way, it has nothing to do with you personally if you do have that $2,500 or if you don't. You're not your results. I repeat, you're not your results. You have your results, you create your results, but you're not your results. And a lot of us have used the results as a way to determine, are we good or are we bad? Do we beat ourselves up? Do we make ourselves wrong if we don't get it? And when we do that, we tear down our self-esteem. We tear down our power. And so the next week, when we're going to go back to work on this goal again, we're utilizing less of our power. So what the result is for is one of two things. If you've got your 2,500 or you got some semblance of it, you want to ask yourself the question, what worked? What worked such that I created this goal? And what worked, we're going to use for our next week's activity. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But let's say you didn't create your 2,500, and again, it's not wrong, it's not bad, it's not guilt, it's not blame, it's not shame, it's none of those things anymore. We don't go there. All we look at now is what didn't work. What didn't work, separate and distinct from me. It's not about me personally, it's about what actions perhaps did I not take that got me not to get the 2,500. And so then what you want to do is once you determine what those are, could have been, well, I was going to make those calls, but I used that time for other things that weren't as productive, or I didn't call as many people as I said, or I was going to go to that networking meeting and I put something in front of it that wasn't as important in regards to prospecting. Again, not bad or wrong, but this didn't work for you such that it wasn't in alignment with your $2,500 goal. So then, what you want to do is take a look at that, the result. Okay, so what worked, we're going to leave it in. What didn't work, we're going to take it out. And then we're going to put in what will work, which is the opposite of what didn't work. And then we're going to do the process again. And we're going to utilize, again, that goal that we set for that week. We're going to then list the activities that we need to take in relationship to that goal. We are then going to schedule it in our planner. We're going to do it when it's scheduled as an appointment. And then at the end of the week, we're going to look and see what worked and what didn't work. What worked such that we created what we created. What didn't work such that we didn't create what we said we were going to create. And leave in what worked. Don't take out what didn't work. Put in what will work. And do the process again. And we're going to continue doing this week after week after week so that we can master what our goal is, whether it be the 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, because what will happen Once you've created this 10,000 on a consistent basis, then we're going to go to the next level. The interesting thing about our goals. In life, we're either moving forward or we're going backward. There's no hover. I know, I tried it. It doesn't work. So we continuously need to keep striving toward what's next. All the time, though, enjoying what we have. And you use this process on an ongoing basis. List your goal. By the way, and when you list your goal, you got to come from a place called I believe I'm going to create this goal. It's not like, oh, I hope I do, I wish I did. I believe it. And believing is a statement, a declaration that you keep declaring to yourself. List the action steps it's going to take to create that. Schedule those action steps on a constant basis in your planner. Take the actions when it's created. Look at the results. Keep in what worked. Take out what didn't work. Put in what will work. And there's not a goal you can't attain. And again, a goal is something that you want to be, do, or have. That's a stretch, yet it's attainable. And like I said, I don't think this works. I know it works. My clients have been using this for the last 19 years, and I've been using it personally for the 19 years, and it works on a consistent basis. And by the way, if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about my coaching program and how it works and how I've been able to help people become millionaires, really, go to my website. You're going to get some information on the website there, or contact me. My email address will be there. My phone number will be there. I offer a free initial consultation and a free self-evaluation for you to check in and see what may be working, what may not be working, and what may be getting in the way of you creating on a consistent basis the amount of money you're making or want to make. And if you're not making the amount of money you want to make, or your life in any area isn't as the way you want it to be, give me a call. We'll talk, and I'll have you take a look at what this work is. And it's free, there's no obligation, but it helps you to see who I am and what I'm up to. And by the way, you'll be seeing more and more of these videos online about sales and how to be more effective. So I want you to keep tuning in. I want you to keep utilizing this, because the key to anything that you're going to learn here is you need to go now, put it into practice. Use this time to straighten and create and generate that which you said you wanted to create in your business. You go have a great day, a very productive day, a very joyful day. And make sure you're out there making a difference with people and talking to them about you and what you have to offer and how it might help them in what their lives are about and what their goals are. Have a great, great day. Goodbye.